one team that's feeling good, 7-1, looks like they are cruising into the playoffs right now. In fact, they've already clinched a playoff spot, is the Bells Panthers. And, Max, we mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
We like talking to coaches who are winning. They're 7-1. Things are looking good for Bells, but I would be lying if I told you that's the only reason that we are going to be joined here now by the head coach of the Bells Panthers, is Coach Scott Ponder. Hey, Coach, how are you?
Doing great. Thanks for having us on.
So, how was your Friday night?
It was a long Friday night. It was exhausting.
For those who are being coy about it, Bells beats Celeste 94-74 in the highest scoring game, at least in 11-man Texas high school football history. We're working to confirm whether or not it is the highest scoring game in national history. Coach, can you tell us just a little bit about what happened and just how this game went so cattywampus?
Well, it's hard to describe. It was a strangest night I've ever been a part of, and it's just kind of both teams got real hot, and both teams were doing a lot of stuff that was aggressive in the kicking game with onside kicks, and we were trying to get up on Celeste. They'd been struggling. They're very talented, but we were trying to get up on them, and they were trying to keep up with us. And next thing we knew, we were trying to keep up with them. So it was just a strange night.
You go into halftime, and the score is 60-60. And at that point, what is your message to your kids? Because I know that at the beginning of every game, you're saying, all right, let's go out there, let's stop them defensively, and let's grind out a win offensively.
Yeah. Let's start strong.
Let's start strong. At 60-60 at halftime, what do you tell your kids?
We said it was 0-0. It's just like the start of the ball game, and it was it's kind of like a fast break basketball game where you kind of hold your breath, and it's just so back and forth that I don't know if anyone ever really established any momentum, but we just went out and we approached it like it was a new game. We got the ball to start the half, and we wanted to try to keep going and try to play a little bit better on the defense, and I guess we patched it together.
So, and it's interesting you bring that up, because I think lost in all this is going to be the fact that you guys actually played pretty good defense in the second half. You give up 14 points to a team that had scored 60 in the 24 minutes before. What changed defensively? What actually worked in that second half as opposed to the first half?
Well, just a few things different to try. They had really big played us. They've got some really fast kids. Celeste has always had great athletes for years and years and years, and they did a good job putting their really good athletes in a good position to hurt us. And we only given up 88 points in 7 games coming into it, and so they certainly had us reeling for sure.
And we're talking with Scott Ponder, the head coach of the 7-1 Bells Panthers here on DCTF Live. Get involved with the conversation at hashtag DCTF Live. I think I'm glad you brought that up, because this is, I think people who may not be familiar with your team might think that you guys are a Texas Tech style team where you're winning every game 66-59 or something like that. But a month ago, you guys won a game 7-3. Your last game, you guys won. Your defense has been very good. Was this just a one night, you got to do what you got to do, things get wild in Texas high school football type thing?
Well, I think so, and I think some of it was matchups. They've got some real athletic guys, and they put them real athletic guys in space, and it gave us some trouble in the secondary. And we made a few adjustments, and anyway, came out on top. We were just happy to win. It was a wild night. It's hard to describe. Every friend I've ever had in my whole life has called me this weekend and said, "What in the world happened?" And you can't even tell anybody. It's like, well, it's like seeing an alien. You have to be there to believe it. You have to see it to believe it. So.
I can tell you, I was kind of, that popped across my Twitter feed on Friday night. I was like, wait, what? It was a wild night, and a lot of your offense came from a guy you may be familiar with, Brian Ponder, your sophomore quarterback, who I think you guys may have a bit of a pre-existing relationship.
No relation.
He goes 46 of 57, 545 yards, 6 touchdowns through the air, 2 touchdowns on the ground as well. For you as a coach, what's it like to coach Brian?
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. It's my second son to come through, so we've had a lot of fun with it, and it's been, they both want to be coaches when they get out of school, and So we love some football.
Absolutely. And how many I want to ask you about your wide receiver, Hunter Hawthorne, as well, a guy who catches the ball 19 times for 216 yards and 2 scores. This is a real standout guy, a guy who even just in his junior year has already kind of emerged as one of the premier playmakers in the state. As the guy who gets to see your Hunter Hawthorne every day in practice, what can you tell us about your 6'3" wide receiver?
He's dynamic. He's big, strong. He's fast. He's going to be a guy that's going to be have a chance to play at the next level. You know, he was All-State as a sophomore. He started first as a freshman. He's tremendous athletically. Has great work ethic. He's very tough, and he's going to be a really good player.
Absolutely. We're talking with Scott Ponder, the head coach of the Bells Panthers here on DCTF Live. Interview brought to you by Advis Rugby Tackling. Get involved in the conversation, hashtag DCTF Live. And Coach, now you know, this is just a win. You put one in the win column, you move forward. You guys draw Collinsville upcoming this week. And when you take a look at your District 6 2A Division 1, it seems like it's a real mess at the top. There's a lot of, Valley View has kind of emerged as maybe the team to beat, but it seems like there's a lot of jockeying for position. You guys have already clinched a playoff spot, but coming up this week, how important is this win, or is this game coming up here against Collinsville?
It's going to be a big game for us. We were excited about the win with Celeste, but, kind of something that was a big part of that and one of our goals. This is our third year in a row to make the playoffs here in Bells. It's never been done at Bells. And so, we're excited about getting into the playoffs. And now, we want to be sure we go out and we play well this week with Collinsville. Coach David does a great job. They're very disciplined. They run the ball great. And, we're going to have a good effort to come out with a win. So we're just hoping we play well, go out and, do a good job of improving each week and let the chips fall where they may.
And I do have to ask you, are you planning on outscoring? Are you planning on hanging 100 on them? Because there was a moment there where I was really thinking we might see 100 points.
Well, yeah, we thought we might too. We're hoping that this week we'd be just happy if we could score, a good solid 20 or 30 might do the trick. I don't know. We're hoping it's more like that this week.
Maybe a more boring ho-hum game, where you guys come out on top.
We just want to win, man. They play great defense over in Collinsville, and they got some great offensive linemen, a couple big, strong, 300-pound type kids, and we just hope we can slow them cats down. He
is Scott Ponder. He is the head coach of the 7-1 Bells Panthers. Coach, congratulations on your wild win. Appreciate you joining us, and good luck on Friday night against Collinsville.
Hey, thanks for having us on. Thank you very much.